Hello, I'm Damon Tweedy, a professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences in the School of Medicine here at Duke. I split my time between the Durham Veteran Affairs healthcare system, where I have clinical and administrative duties, and Duke's campus, where I teach medical students and work as a scholar in Duke's Trent Center for Bioethics, Humanities, and the History of Medicine. I also write about contemporary issues within medicine. And in my latest book, Facing the Unseen, The Struggle to Center Mental Health in Medicine, I examine psychiatry's tenuous relationship with the medical profession, both in education and in clinical practice. This book, like my first one, Black Man in a White Coat, follows a chronological format where I blend personal memoir with patient case stories from my years in medical training and in practice. In both books, I incorporate data and other analyses to frame my experiences in a larger context. Facing the Unseen is divided into three sections. Part one is titled Failing Doctors. And here I explore the ways that the medical profession marginalizes psychiatry and the patients that it serves. For example, my psychiatry rotation took place in a remote hospital that was in close proximity to a prison and a juvenile detention facility. I didn't get any exposure during that time to people with less severe forms of mental illness, the kind that most doctors see in practice. And I contend that this sort of common approach to training doctors sours many of them as they think about treating people with mental health problems in their future practices. In this section, I also talk about the many challenges that doctors face in terms of suffering their own mental health problems, and the many ways and challenges that we face as a profession in addressing them. Part two is titled Failing Patients, and it focuses on my 3 years of residency training in psychiatry, where I worked mostly in hospitals and in emergency departments. In these chapters, you will learn how the medical system, which includes hospitals, health insurers, and policymakers, divide mental health and physical health into separate entities, and you'll see all the harm that this can cause patients. You'll also be introduced to heroic doctors that I've seen along the way who are fighting against this tide. Part three of the book is titled Centering, and here I describe some recent changes that offer us some ray of hope. I'll talk about how medical schools are beginning to give students broader exposure to the full spectrum of mental illness. I also will discuss my experiences working in clinical settings where mental health and primary care doctors are integrated physically together, and how this approach has the potential to revolutionize how healthcare is delivered. Change is possible. The more that we can move away from this artificial divide between mind and body, and instead embrace their unity, the better off all of us will eventually be, doctors, patients, and society as a whole. I hope some of you will be intrigued by this description of facing the unseen and are hoping to take a closer look. And if so, I certainly look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and have a great summer.